we're back again. We're with Debbie McClintock. Good morning, Debbie. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good, thank you, Joe.
Good. And how long have you been here?
40 years.
40 years. What's your anniversary date's coming up, isn't it?
Well, I wanted to go in September, but I'm changing my mind till February. February 11th, it would be 41 years if I stay in February.
That's awesome. I know we used to work together before I came to public affairs.
Yes, we did.
Had a lot of fun when we were down. Yeah, it's been a couple years now.
Sure has, Joe.
Okay. So let's see. Do you remember your first day when you started?
Oh, I started 1985 in Batavia, VA, part-time in the kitchen.
Oh, it was Batavia.
Batavia, VA for 3 years. Back then we had dresses, and I worked there with Mary Lindbergh, part-time. And then she called me in the office, and she said I was hired. And I enjoy every minute of it. And then I went to full...
You're well-liked here. Everybody likes you. You've been Employee of the Year for EVS.
Yes, many years. I would say a long time.
Yeah.
Like Lifetime Achievement Award, 40-year plaque. It's a blessing to work in the VA.
Awesome.
With the veterans.
So do you have a fond memory of working here, or a special day? Does anything come to mind?
Oh, when I worked in the OR, and I was going to go to the cath lab and work in the cath lab, and they threw me a big party, and it was...
Oh, the OR did?
Yes, they did.
How nice.
And then now I came back in the OR, and I just...
They're like family, huh?
Like
they become,
family.
Yeah, people become family.
Family and EMS and Joe, when you gave the Christmas party, that was beautiful.
Well, thanks for coming today and sharing your story with us, and
you're very welcome.
We wish you the best when you do retire.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Debbie. Have a great day.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
That's it. So I'm here with Mark Rice. Yes. And it's kind of appropriate that we're interviewing today. Today's your last day. You're retiring.
It is my last day.
That's got to be exciting.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this for a long time.
And you've been with us. How long have you been at the VA?
I've been at the VA now for 34 years. When I first started here back in...
Do you remember your first day when you started? What it was like?
It's like when I first did it, believe it or not, like the process of becoming a nurse here. When I walked in, I met with a nurse recruiter, and it was a handshake, and they put me on the next day. That doesn't happen anymore. No. So literally when I joined here in October, I interviewed the day before. I started the next day in orientation, and then I worked on a med search on the evening shift, and I was on that for like 8 years back in the APs and employee days with the med search telemetry. So it was quite the culture shock, but new nurse coming right in, and he did a fire.
Yeah. And then
myself in the Air Force for 26 years, retired in the military. I said I'm going to make a difference. So I spent the 34 years correcting that.
Absolutely, and my understanding is you have made a difference. He said people were saying that this morning. So, thank you.
Thank you.
A fond memory you have, or a day that stands out?
And most of the time, it's like every day you get to talk to a patient, and I think that's where I excelled the most. Was I just didn't treat him as a patient. I treated him like that human being, the veteran. Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
So one of my first guys, his first name was Saul. World War I vet, and I talked to him at length. This is back in the day when patients were admitted for like weeks on end. There wasn't a hurry to get rid of them. But I talked to him. He was a mule skinner in World War I.
What's the deal?
As I say, what he did, he was in charge of 50 mules at the front line. And,
actual mules.
So he actually had mules, then he would pack them up with supplies, and it was a 2-day hike, to the front. And when I asked him, I go, well, Saul, that's not so bad. It says, at least nobody's trying to hurt you. And then he said, what makes you think my job was easy? Because I grew up in history, and every time you see like World War I pictures on the gentleman, leading mules, it was always full of supplies. But then he quickly, reminded me of the horrors of war, and that he had to return with bodies. So, and if you remember, it was a 2-day hike with 2 bodies on 50 mules. So he had to carry back 100, deceased soldiers, and he had to take them off and guard over them. So he never slept for 2 days. And those are the things you never think about and hear about in history books. So
what a great story.
Yeah. So I mean, I've met a lot of great guys. I've always had a fond interest of Vietnam veterans, the way they were treated. So I never picked favorites, but for some reason, I always favored the Vietnam veterans because they really got a raw deal coming back, from the service, and the way they were treated here, the way they were treated, like the post and stuff like that. They weren't welcome home. But for me, I honor their service every day, and I've met a lot of great guys.
I'm so happy that history has changed that, and they strive to step down.
Even as
They
like
didn't deserve that.
no, and even like I says, like taking care of veterans from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, every incursion the United States has ever done, we had a veteran there. I pretty much have taken care of them somewhere along that line. Just like this, and all you got to do is talk to them. We actually here at the VA, it's like I took care of a guy who was actually a survivor of Arizona. He actually was, he was an 18-year-old kid, got his arm shot off. When he was 18 years old in the first strafing of the Arizona, they reattached his arm. 18 years old, and he was done with it. He was over. War was over for him, so he was done. So it's just like, I met him, and later in life, and when he finally passed away, from his heart disease, it was just amazing men and women that have served our country. But I do have a high standard, and I've always operated that for 34 years. I always treat them like family. They're veterans in my family. They're my brothers in arms.
Yeah.
That's
And what do you think the biggest changes are in the hospital since you started?
that's staffing. For nursing, yes. I mean, when I first started working here, it was 2 nurses, 2 LPNs with 32 patients. So there were days if we pretty much quality, you get kicked in the teeth every night.
Wow.
So it's very hard to provide quality care, while you're just running with your feet on fire. So you just, you left here wondering if you did the right thing or you took the best care. The answer was no. And it's exhausting. It's like burnout rate was high. People were leaving. And then to top it all off, we had the risk back in 90, but the RIF happened, and, a lot of my young nurses left. And at one time I was the youngest nurse here at 38 years old. I was the youngest nurse working. And it was a lot of overtime, a lot of mandating. It was just very stressful. But then somewhere along the line, they finally, getting nurses to cure, and now the ratio of nurse to patient is it's good. So I think most of the times it's like 4 to 5 to one nurse, which is very manageable.
Good. Well, Mark, thank you, and good luck in your retirement. Oh, yeah, and with Porisha, we got coming on your last day. That's like it's great fun to help out, and I'll make sure you get the link.
So it's really good, but everybody I appreciate everything. Just Mark, and good luck to everybody. And if you're taking care of me one day, treat you like family. That's all.
Absolutely.
And we're back.
Well, that was a good show.
Yeah, I agree. It's so nice talking to people that have been here for I hate saying
Decades.
decades, but
It has decades.
they're the goats, I think,
They are
of the
the
VA hospital. And I
Yes.
don't mean goats as in the animal. I mean
Like the
greatest
OG. Greatest of all time staff. participated in our great, I don't know, entertainment this week.
Yeah,
Because
and
you were our entertainment.
And we're looking forward to seeing everybody down in Veterans Park for the celebration.
Yes,
and
please join us.
Our 75th and a half party.
Party.
And,
I can party a half the time.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm hoping to do some things. I have the sound system, I think, figured out. Not that one.
Not this one. This is the, wait, I don't know.
I don't know what you just hit, but